In Australia, we're incredibly lucky. We have over 20,000 species, and more than 90% of those occur in Australia and nowhere else. And that means that we have a special responsibility to make sure that those species will be resilient into the future and can face those challenges of climate change and habitat loss and invasive species. And that's what drives me. My name's Michelle Leishman, and I'm a Distinguished Professor in the School of Natural Sciences in the Faculty of Science and Engineering at Macquarie University. I became really fascinated in plants and the natural world when I was a teenager. That was the early days of David Attenborough's Life on Earth, and that was the inspiration for me and for many people across the world to be fascinated about the unique biodiversity that we have on our planet and how important it is that we look after it and care for it for future generations. So in my research, I work with conservation organisations and governments across Australia that are responsible for looking after species and ecosystems. And my research really focuses on building the tools and resources that those managers need to make sure that they can look after those species and ecosystems in the best way possible. Really exciting developments are the rise of new technologies. We have a whole lot of new sensor technology coming online, and we can measure all sorts of things about plants and plant performance. So we use nanotechnology, gas-based sensors that are measuring what the plant breathes out, if you like. So what is the chemical structure of the plant's breath? And that can tell us all sorts of things about whether the plant's stressed, if it needs more nutrients, if it's being attacked by insects, if it's suffering water and drought stress. And we can package all of those different sensor technologies and connect them together into integrated systems that help us to manage our plants. So we have all sorts of exciting developments in technology that are really helping us to make smart decisions in our systems. We work with all sorts of different industries to have a real world impact. We have amazing people and amazing facilities to help us to do that. We work with utility companies, for example, like Sydney Water, where we work on things like how can we use recycled water to make sure that we get really well-functioning and important urban green spaces that will contribute to minimising urban heat under climate change. We work with other industries like the horticultural industry to make sure that there's an enormously wide, diverse species of plants available that will be climate resilient into the future. So Macquarie has really excellent research facilities. So we have state-of-the-art glasshouses and growth chambers, and we can do all sorts of different plant experimental work in them. And not just for research, but our students get to work in there too. We take our students into the nearby national park. We're really lucky at Macquarie University. We are right next door to Lane Cove National Park, and we have our own bit of bushland both on campus and right next door. We talk with the National Parks and Wildlife Service rangers, and students get that hands-on experience. Choose an area of study that you really care about. That is the most important thing. The second is take the most of any opportunities that come up. That might be volunteering with the local national parks or a bush care group, for example, in my research field. Whatever opportunities come up, make the most of them. And the third one is to just have a go at everything. Be brave and put yourself out there.